just so you know who the left is, the type of people that we're dealing with, and this isn't all Democrats, this isn't all liberals, but it is certainly the left and some of the nastiness that goes on Twitter that you'll see if you go on to Twitter. But this is what some of them wrote of Diamond and Silk. Rest in peace, Diamond. Conservatives just lost one of the few black people they can use to pretend they aren't racist. This from somebody by the name of Human Ghost that goes at Apollo in Age X. Apollon Age X. So this person obviously doesn't know that they support the party of the KKK and the Anti-Civil Rights Party, also the party of Barack Obama, who made sure that talented young black students were not able to go to the school that his daughters went to, or her daughter went to. Another one, rest in peace, Diamond, the newest member of the Herman Cain Club. Wow, that's really nice because Herman Cain died as well. He contracted COVID and died of COVID. So that was from Rick Havoc. At Rick, Rikhavic. Rick Havoc, such a nice guy. I hope they didn't get the jab, and I hope they don't end up dying of a blood clot. Anyway, rest in peace, Diamond. Her real name for all of the conservative white folks who only know her as a paid minstrel show gimmick. She sold herself as is Anita Lynnette Hardaway. I bet you Trump and most of the right can't even tell you which one was Diamond and which one is Silk. Here's another one. No vaccine, no sympathy, MAGA trash. This is from Polite Southern Hell at two O's at the end. Wow. Man, pretty amazing. But this is who the left is. This is who the left is. That's who their voters are. You should also know who Joe Biden is. Hat tip, forgot, man, this from Just the News. When Attorney General Merrick Garland announced November 18th that he had named a special prosecutor to investigate former President Donald Trump's handling of classified documents found at Mar-a-Lago, the government harbored a fresh secret. What was that secret? Oh, Joe Biden had his own secret. Joe Biden had taken documents and stored them at the University of Pennsylvania. Just 2 weeks earlier, Biden's lawyers disclosed to government lawyers on November 2nd. That was just 6 days before the midterm elections. Pause. 6 days before the midterm elections. Is it just me, or is it something about the Biden administration, the Biden family, and the media that don't want to give the voters information that is prescient to making a decision on who's going to lead the country? It's fascinating, right? A lot of voters didn't get the information. They didn't know about Hunter Biden's laptop. Very fascinating. And then all of a sudden, the media starts to confirm what we have all known all along, that the Hunter Biden laptop story is indeed a true story. And were it reported on by real journalists at the time, and actually it was by some real journalists, but if other journalists from the left would have reported on the story, it's likely that Biden would not be in the White House despite the cheating. It's likely that he wouldn't be in the White House. Absolutely amazing. It's amazing how they do this. They had found sensitive government documents with classified markings. They were inside an office that Biden used at Penn Biden Center think tank in Washington after he left office as President Barack Obama's vice president. Vice president? Vice president? When does a vice president have the authority to be able to determine what's classified, what's declassified, and take it with them? We also found out from Breitbart that those documents contain information regarding Ukraine, regarding Iran. It's fascinating. It's fascinating. This guy's a mob boss. So a lot of people are talking about this news, and they're telling you the Democrats are a bunch of hypocrites. They're stop. They're not hypocrites. These people are a Democratic mob. Joe Biden is a mob boss. And my concern with the Republican Party, and I'll finish up on this story, but my concern is with the Republican Party. You better get used to what I'm branding confrontational conservatism. Because if you think things are bad now, things are going to get worse. Things are going to get worse. Do you know why people are rioting? You guys know that people are rioting in the streets of Brazil. I mean, it's insane. You can look at what's happening in Mexico, you can look at what's happening in Brazil, and you can look at what the founders created right here in America. In Mexico, they have complete anarchy at this point. They have the Mexican cartel running shop right across the border, 100 yards from the border in some cases, just running shop. They control our southern border, the border that was sanitized. El Paso local authorities sanitized for Biden to get a photo op, and even though it was nice that he did get a photo op by Trump's wall, I do love that. But and then you have what's going on in Brazil with the corrupt president, the corrupt Supreme Court in Brazil. You have protesters that are storming the Capitol, storming their Supreme Court. They want justice. They know their elections were stolen. They got a corrupt guy inside of that's their president now. They want it overturned. Absolute and complete and utter chaos. But the reason they got there is because it was little things over time that added up till people revolted and said, we can't take this anymore. And I fear that's exactly what the left wants us to do. We don't have to go that far, and I hope it never gets that far. But we do need to understand that it's time for confrontational conservatism. I'll get back to the story on Biden. Let me circle back to what happened last week as an example. I still hear people calling the 20 people names. They did it for this reason. They did it for that reason. They wanted to increase their star. They wanted to increase their notoriety. They wanted to do all this and that. And this person was legitimate, but Matt Gaetz and this person, it doesn't matter.